Good evening and welcome to Tea Time.
Hey everybody, welcome to Tea Time. I'm so glad you're joining me tonight. It is a Monday, April 21st. I'm going to talk about my weekend real quick and get to my guest. Friday I had dinner with Doreen. Yes, my girlfriend who I travel with. I went to her house and we had a lovely meal. It was great visiting and planning our next trip together. Saturday, I needed a haircut and color. People, I needed one bad. I'm not one of those women that have to go every 4 to 6 weeks. Thank God I go like every 3, but I just needed it. So it's a little darker. Hope you like it. And then I went to Staten, Italy. That's right, Staten Island, for my cousin's daughter. She's my second cousin, Ava's sweet 16. And we have that pic, which is A. And there's beautiful Ava celebrating her birthday. And then the second pic is her and I together. She's absolutely stunning. So happy sweet 16, girl. Yeah, we had a good time. We really did. It was like a mini, we're Italian. It was like a mini wedding. And then after that, I drove from Staten Island all the way to Mers bar to see my dear friend, Greg DiFilippo. There he is. Haven't seen him in 6 years. He was up from Florida and I got to see him really quick. And shout out to Graz from Limo Talk. He did his fundraiser that night and they raised a nice amount of money. So I was excited about that. And I also want to say Murdered by the Mob real quick. If you want to put up me as Bunny, it's right there, the first one. Yeah, Murdered by the Mob. There I am as Bunny, longest running murder mystery show in Manhattan. And we're doing another show this Saturday, the 26th. So if you have nothing to do, go to murderedbythemob.com and you eat, you sing, you dance, you drink. It's like going to an Italian wedding. Someone gets whacked. You got to figure it out. A lot of fun. All right, I'm excited. Oh, and then yesterday, hello, was Easter. Hello. Sunday was Easter Sunday. I went to I usually host a brunch, but my girlfriend Raquel said, come by me. I want to have it by me. So it was an Italian Puerto Rican Easter and it was great because we had lasagna and we had arroz con pollo and it was lovely. So I can't leave that out. And that's I didn't take any pictures yesterday, but I do have a pic of me in my Easter bonnet. There I am. That was in Flushing at my grandparents' house when I was little. Yeah, I love that picture. All right, let me get to my guest because unfortunately she's not in studio. But when she comes back to New York, I'd love to have her here. She's an actor. She's a director. She's also a writer because she wrote something that we're going to talk about in a little while. But I'm excited to have her. Vicki Kelleher is here.
Hey,
Hi.
here we are.
How
Hi.
are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm excited that you're joining me. And I want to thank Rich Grosso for connecting us.
Yep.
And I want to talk about you and this marvelous career of yours. But you're from St. Paul, Minnesota, girl.
Yeah, right up north there, sure.
And you were adorable. I just showed my picture as a kid. Let's show yours. Can we put up pic E, please?
Oh no, you have a picture of me as a baby?
Sorry, I do a lot of digging. I do a
Oh my
lot.
God.
Yeah. Pick E, please, because you were freaking adorable. You really were. I mean, just look how cute. Adorable, adorable.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
The best part is that I was without those two front
You
teeth.
tell me what happened because you fell. Something happened. They didn't come out naturally.
No, they sure didn't. I was standing on a old school like chair that had metal arms, and I slipped and knocked both my front teeth straight back, and so I didn't have them for 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
They didn't have flippers back then.
No, they sure didn't, and certainly not for a 6-year-old. I don't think,
Yeah.
but maybe
Drew
a top
Barry-
and tiara they would.
Drew Barrymore had them.
Did she? Of course she
She
did.
had them. Of course she had them. All right. So listen. So you went to Harding High School, and
Mhm.
we have a pick of that. Pick F, please. And you were actually on the gymnastics.
Yes, I sure
That's
was.
you, number one, right, all the way to the left.
Number
Front
one.
row.
The only gymnast in that whole room who couldn't do the splits.
Really?
No,
Thank
I
you.
never could.
You know, my thing is I always wanted to. I couldn't do Can I do a split? What was it called? A straddle. When you go straight straddle, right? No, I could do a split. I always wanted to do a cartwheel, and I couldn't do one.
You couldn't do a cartwheel?
Couldn't lift my body. Couldn't do it.
I could do a back handspring. I could do all the things. I just could not do the splits. I still can't, and I still try.
Oh, that is so cool, though. So,
But the fun fact of that is that after I was on the gymnastics team, and then in my 10th grade year, I really wanted to watch General Hospital because Luke and Laura were like the big thing, and so I quit gymnastics so I could watch Luke and Laura and smoke cigarettes.
I've been watching it since high school.
Yeah, you had to. It was like a rule back then.
Yeah, no, it's like definitely. As a matter of fact, I had three actors from GH on my show, which I was thrilled about. I'll tell you later who they were. I don't want to take time away from you. You went on to University of Minnesota and got a degree in theater?
I did. I
Yeah.
did.
And then, so let me ask you, because obviously you made a move from Minnesota to LA, to California. Yeah. When did that happen? And did you know someone there that you were going? Like, because that's a huge move.
It's a huge move. And I made it to stalk my then boyfriend and now husband.
It worked.
It worked. Stalking works, boys and girls. But yes, we'd been together for like 3 years, and then he won a show called America's Funniest People. Do you remember that show?
Yes.
And he won $10,000 and broke up with me and moved to LA. And I was like, what a coincidence. I'm moving there too to do my last year of college as an exchange student with Cal Poly Pomona. And I did. And the rest is history. We are now married 29 years this summer.
Wow. Nice. God bless.
I know.
Wow. Well, let me tell you something. Your career back in 1997, you did a short called Eating Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And then after that, you actually did one the year after called Monkey Business, which was a movie also. But the thing that really propelled you was in 1999, you were on Friends.
Yeah.
And you were opposite Jennifer Aniston. I know by doing research on you, the pants story, but I want you to repeat it if that's okay with you.
Oh, sure. Man, you're good. Yes, I had decided to buy these pants. They were like a yellow checkered kind of pedal pusher. And I spent more money on them than I've ever really spent on pants at that time. But I kept saying, these are like something they would wear on Friends. They would wear this on Friends. It looks like a Friends pant. And then I got the audition for Friends, and I booked it right. It was like, they said, wait out, audition, then step out. And then they said, you booked it. We're walking you over to the stage.
Wardrobe.
Crazy. No, to the stage, because it was midweek. I don't know if I was replacing somebody.
Okay.
So they brought me right over, and then the wardrobe people saw me and said, oh, those pants are great. And they were the Friends pants. And so I wore the Friends pants on Friends.
I love that story.
Crazy.
I think it's so cool. It is so cool.
That was in my Is She a Lesbian era with the short hair. And
yeah.
Vegas, I played a lesbian. And,
yeah. Well, let's put up, hey, we got to put up pic G, please. Because we all have a black and white headshot.
Oh, look at that little girl.
You know, you mentioned short hair, and Yeah, and
He
I
was
have my
pretty.
black and white from back then. I love throwing up everyone's black and white. It's so much fun. But
I love
yeah,
that.
I mean,
That
you
was
take
the first picture.
that's the one. And so from Friends, it really like you became an anomaly again, only booking on these, you know, top shows. I mean, and I'm
Mhm.
just, like Chicago Hope and Ally McBeal and you did Third Rock from the Sun and The Trouble with Normal and Hollywood Off Ramp. That's just like to name a few. I'm going to go over many, many more. And then in 2000 you landed one of my favorite movies that I loved watching, which was What a Woman Wants with Mel
Mhm.
Gibson.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
and how wild was that for you?
Well, it was wild because I think that was it was right in the same period of time that I got that other big movie, and so it was like I just kept going, huh, I don't know what movies are like, and I had the most fun though. I will say, Mel, I don't know him now,
Right,
but at
right.
the time he was very kind, and it was a huge set, and Nancy Myers was the director, and we love Nancy Myers, so it was a fun project. I
That's
had the best time
great.
on it.
2001, you did episodes of Angel, That's Life, and The Bernie Mac Show.
Yeah.
And then 2002, you did Minority Report, which
Yeah.
was with Tom Cruise, and that was Steven Spielberg.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
No, no,
It was crazy. I
I can't. I'd like to.
met him and I was like, I feel like, because he was so nice, but I was like, I feel like you're my uncle. Like I've known you my whole life. I feel like we're buddies. And he was just absolutely so cool. There was a girl who had booked the role, but she was in a play, and so she told her agents she couldn't do it because they had no understudy. And I'm sure her agents were like, you're a crazy person. But they told, I guess Steven Spielberg found out about that. And he called her agents, had his people call her agents, and said, we'll have her out in time for her show. And then the night because I worked 3 days, I think, on that, or 4. And every time he'd be like, all right, everybody, that's a wrap for tonight. Go have a great show, to Katrina. I was just like, dang.
Wow.
I know.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Pretty cool.
That's crazy. Then you also did the first 20 million is always the hardest with Adam Garcia and Rosaria Dawson. That also was again, you're moving from big TV series to movies with these people on it. It's wild. I mean, were you pinching yourself along the way?
100%. I have so
Yeah.
many bruises from pinching. I just kept saying, well, this is, I guess, and of course at the time I'm like, well, this is it. I've arrived, and now please escort me to the Oscar stadium. And
Yeah.
that's not how it works.
Oh.
Everything goes in whatever path it's going to go. But yeah, it was pretty fun.
Well, that when you talk about path, because I have I don't know where it is now because I did write it down. Oh, here it is. I have to quote you because this is a
Okay.
quote that you saying about your own path and stuff. I don't chase, I attract. And what belongs to me will find me. And I love that quote.
Yeah, I love it too. It's a good reminder every time I feel like I'm holding on too tight or assuming someplace
Yes,
should go.
yes. Or you have downtime. You have downtime
It's
and
all downtime in this business.
yeah, but let me tell you something, woman, you don't have that much downtime. I mean, but there's that. I'm in a downtime right now, and it's like what it is you question yourself, you question. I think it's normal because it's such a fickle industry.
So fickle.
And you don't know when you're going to be working and not working. And this weekend, I was supposed to film in Jersey, and the lead walked away.
Oh no.
Yes. Oh yeah. So I'm not now. And I said no to something else because of that. And now that's not happening. And then two other things were supposed to happen. And it looks like they're falling through. And it's like, you can't, you just don't know. It's hard to even plan anything, So
you plan your life, and then you let the work fit into it, because otherwise you're just chasing stuff I mean, the old saying is book a flight and you'll book a job. And I think that's true because energetically, when you've booked a flight, you're disconnected. You're no longer attached to the outcome.
Right.
And so the universe goes, oh, great, here we go.
Right. Exactly. But I love that quote. And I always feel like timing is everything. When things are supposed to happen, then that's when they're going to happen. And we have really very little control over it.
No, we have zero control.
Zero. In 2003, you did an episode of Rock Me Baby, and then you did a movie, View from the Top, which I watched. I love that movie too, with Gwyneth Paltrow and Christina Applegate and Kelly Preston. I thought it was cute.
It was cute. It didn't do.
It was a cute movie, but it was cute.
Yeah,
it was cute. And then I like the outtakes at the end. I love when they do outtakes.
Yeah,
I love that. I really do.
90% of blooper reels on everything I do, just dropping F-bombs because I forgot my line or I missed a mark, or I was just like fuckity fuck. Like I'm never not swearing on the bloopers.
Yeah. In 2005, and that's another thing. You in between, you do shorts, you do commercials. There's a lot of things that you do, but you did 2 short films in 2005, Having It All and Run, and then in 2006 you did Flourish, and you also appeared in an episode of War at Home and Criminal Minds.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
which was great.
Can I tell you a story about Criminal Minds?
2007, you're doing Americanizing Shelley, which was with Bo Bridges. Was that right?
No. It was a much more.
That's something else.
Yeah, it was in much more indie film.
Oh.
But I have to tell you, the Criminal Minds. My favorite story from that is I got killed by Jason O'Mara. Do you know who that is? He's so cute. And the whole bit was that he buries women and then he puts lipstick on them and kisses them after they're dead. But I was buried with my eyes open. You know, they add the CGI to make it look all weird. And I had my eyes open and he leaned down to kiss me. And I went like, well, no, don't kiss him. You're dead. You're dead. It was so hard though, because he was so cute.
Oh my God. That's great. Oh my gosh. 2008 to 2010, you did Invincible. You did 11 episodes.
Yeah.
That was a nice gig.
It was fun. Yeah. Now it's all back and everybody's going crazy. I'm getting messages from people asking for, do I have the lost tapes? And I'm like, no, I didn't know what it was. I just did voiceover and said, thank you for the check.
Voiceover is so much fun. It's great.
Fun.
That year, that in between those years, you did Parks and Recreation, you did Brothers and Sisters, which I love, and you had a great scene with Sally Field.
I
love that show.
That's like put her up with Meryl Streep for like I got to act with her was bananas.
Yeah, I mean, come on, The Flying Nun. Hello.
Yeah, she's just.
And then you did The Middle.
Mm-hmm.
And then in 2012, you did Ben and Kate. You did Desperate Housewives. Again, another great scene with Eva Longoria. I mean, that was in the supermarket. Loved it. It was great. I mean, what I want to know is when you're doing these gigs that you land, again, I know they want some that you've done, they kind of like bring you back to play the same character. And then when you're just doing a shoot like that day, was it like a one day kind of thing?
That was one day. Yeah. I did. I had just met Mark Cherry, the creator, at a game night. That's how I ended up going in on that role. And that's how everything works out here. And then since I've worked with Mark, and he's a dear friend of mine now, and I love him, and I've worked on his subsequent shows, different roles for different shows. But yeah, you just go in for a day, maybe 2, depending on the role, and have fun and be nice. Don't be an asshole. And
yes, exactly. Stay humble. You have to stay humble.
Exactly.
Stay humble. Let's mention some movies that you've done. You did Squaresville. You did Major Crimes. Super fun night. The Newsroom. I'm sorry.
Yeah, those are
These are the TV shows. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I put TV movie before TV. These are TV shows. You
Yeah.
did The Mentalist, Bones. I mean, these are all. I mean, everyone watches these shows. It's great. The Rookie. You did For the People, Superstore.
Yeah.
I mean, unbelievable. This Is Us.
Ugh.
I
Stop.
mean, like, hello, that is like etched forever.
Yeah.
You did Good Trouble, Why Women Kill. You did 4 episodes on that,
Mm-hmm.
and Grey's Anatomy. And then what I really loved was The Offer.
Ugh.
You played Erica Puzo. I mean,
Yeah.
what a
Was-
scene! What a show!
It was such a gift, that whole thing. Dexter Fletcher, the director, was just I had auditioned for a different role, and he
That's
says,
what I was just going to ask you that.
yeah, I had auditioned for a different role, and apparently his wonderful wife Dahlia said, you got to bring her back for something else. And so he did, and then I ended up booking that and feeling like, I mean, it was just a real gift. He's a great director. And Patrick Gallo, who played my husband, was
Yes.
we had like instant chemistry. I loved him the minute I met him, and it felt like we got each other. It's kind of the lightning in a bolt.
You saw it on screen.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's a moment. You did 2 episodes on The Flight Attendant. You did Loot 911. And we're gonna go to pick H, please, because you did NCIS and you play accountant Barbara, but that's you with Wilmer.
There's me with Wilmer.
Yeah.
I have another episode coming up next week, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So you're coming back as Barbara?
Yeah, my 3rd episode as that character. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So fun.
That's
It's a great set. Such cool people. And they know they've been doing it for 72 years. So they know how, how it works.
And you did something, if we could go to pick I, please. You did something with Bill Murray.
That's not me. I wish it was me.
What? That's not you?
You know what's so funny? I've
someone
seen
post that
before, and I thought that was me when I looked at it. And then I'm like,
it looks like you.
Yeah, I wish I'd been in a room with Bill Murray. But that looks just like me. I don't know who the hell that is. Stop
Oh my God, you have a doppelganger.
Apparently.
Wow. But according to your friends, who do they say you look like? Do they say you look like Patricia Keaton?
Patricia Keaton and Megan Mullally. I got a lot of those too.
Yes.
Yeah. And I can do the voice, honey. It's fine.
That's good.
Yeah. Those were the 2 that I mainly got. Yeah. I don't know anymore. I don't know if I still look like them, or I don't know. So I'm obviously aging backwards. So
yeah. Oh yeah. We both are. And
Yeah.
then if we could put up Jay, please, because hello, let's all get hot, ladies, because this woman got to work with. Hello, Chris.
Chris.
Oh
that
my
was the same
God.
director.
Sexiest,
That was
what
Dexter.
people named him Sexiest Man. Thank you. Yeah, and again, what a funny scene. I mean,
Oh, thanks. That was fun. He was so funny. And I really didn't know he was funny like that. Like, he's a really funny improviser. Surprising. I just had not seen it. And then my whole goal for that shoot was every time I could, because I got to improvise and play around and add stuff. And every time I could make
nice when they allow you to do that.
Well, that's Dexter again, the one who directed me, the man who directed me in The Offer.
Yeah.
I said, he was like, do whatever. And I made Chris fall down laughing, literally fell. My favorite moment of my life. I was like,
not too many people can say that.
Not too many people.
No. All right. So listen, we're going to take my first break. It's going to be really quick. Everyone stay right there where you are. Don't go away. We'll be back after this.
Well, hi there, Theresa. It's John York from General Hospital. I am just checking in because apparently you have a great talk show called Tea Time on Strong Island TV. I want you to have continued great success and have a lot of fun. It sounds like you're having a lot of fun, and that's pretty much the key to everything, isn't it? So continued success. I'm proud of you. Have a great day, Theresa. Bye.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. I'm joining me. I am so lucky to have her here. She's an actor, she's a director, she's also a writer, because we're going to talk about something that she wrote. Come on back, Vicky. Vicky Kelleher's here. Hi.
John York, how fun is that?
This is really quick. It's just very, 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 very quick. But you mentioned improv, that you were able to do improv, and you actually studied improv, did you not? It's improv. Is it Improv Olympic West?
Yeah.
Is that the name of it?
Yeah, Improv Olympic West. They're no longer here, but they came out from Chicago. Improv Olympic, Del Close and Sharna Halpern, and yeah, it was I've studied and done it forever since then, and I love it.
I love improv. Love it, love it, love it myself. And then also you've studied on and off and continue studying your craft with Leslie Kahn.
Yeah, Leslie Kahn.
Yeah.
And Company. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's it's a great, I'll tell you, the best, biggest, greatest part of that whole studio is the community that you get, because it's just, I've been in a lot of acting classes and they all have their advantages, and hers is great comedic stuff. She's, big, well known, but the community that you get there, like all my friends in my life, I met there.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So huge gift.
Yeah, definitely. And it's again, there's nothing like live theater, which you've also done.
Yes.
That quick response from the audience. You've done Crossroads, Snapshots, Playthings, Split, Bad Seed. When are you doing theater, and when was the last time you did theater? I mean, I know you did your show, which we're going to talk about, but before your show in December that you did, how do you fit it in?
Well, the one woman show was a pretty easy one because it was just me, and I could set all the schedule and make all the rehearsals.
Right.
But before that, it'd been a while, because for that very reason, and also just in general, LA theater isn't necessarily, I'm not generally drawn to it.
Yeah.
I'm not in a theater company or anything. I'm sure there's great theater that happens. I just wasn't a part of any theater group.
Yeah.
So, but I am directing a piece this year for Hollywood Fringe Festival.
Oh, nice.
An original comedy with a lot of very funny people. So I just started that. That goes up in June. So yeah, stay busy.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. I might have to take a road trip to come see it.
Oh, it's so funny. My friend Jessica Kinsella wrote it. She's just it's funny. It's like Will and Grace kind of vibe meets like Noise is Off. So chaotic and funny and goofy, and everybody in it is just wonderful. So I'm excited.
You're talking about what you wrote. So let's put up Pick L, please, if we can. Thank you. So this past December 13th, there you are.
There I am.
You wrote it, you created it, you performed it, and tell me about thank you, and tell me about daddy issues.
It was I had seen a one-man show, Alex Edelman's show. Did you see the Just For Us? It was, if you can watch it on Max, it is so good. He's so funny and weird, but the story was basically about him being a Jewish guy in New York who goes to a white supremacist meeting purposely to kind of see what, because he's crazy. But it was so inspiring, and so I saw it twice at the theater here, Center Theater Group. And afterwards I was like, I wonder if I could do something like that. And I had this interesting DNA test that came back with some surprises.
Really?
Yes. My latest elevator pitch is I did a DNA test, and turns out I'm 50% Irish, 50% French, and 100% lied to by my mother about who my father was.
Jeez. Oh my God.
So
wow.
It's that kind of, and then it goes back to being raised in the 80s and having a single mom and being on welfare. And so it just kind of, it was a bunch of stories about, I had 3 dads, basically. The guy I thought was my dad, my stepdad, and then now I have my real dad, who's awesome. And the story has a happy ending.
Yes, good.
And it was so great to do it. I felt so empowered. I sold out on my shows at the Fringe, and then I did it again in December. They asked me back, and you know, it just, it's great. And now I'm going to start stand-up. You've done stand-up, right?
I've started stand-up in the early 90s.
Yeah. So you've done it a minute ago. I've decided I'm going to do it too. Because why not? I've done everything else you can in LA.
Yeah, but you should. You definitely, I could see you doing it. I can, because I'm gonna, all right. So let's segue into something that made me laugh out loud.
Okay.
That you did. Because first of all, I love everything you do.
Oh, thank you.
I really do. I do. I love everything you do. And you've done commercial. You've done commercial work, like I mentioned too. You've done commercial. You've done everything. But stand-up's the only thing you're gonna tackle next that you've never done. But you've done which we're gonna go to pick M, because you did the commercial for the Spectrum Monsters. Now I couldn't pull the video, but I got you.
Yeah. Look at that hot mama.
Thank you for that. And boy, how long did you have to sit in the chair for that?
4 hours.
Oofa.
Yeah, it was a long journey. Lots of hair.
Lots of hair. But I have to tell you, you know what it is that I watch the videos on Instagram. And unfortunately, I couldn't pull them. I could only pull from Facebook. And because you didn't accept my friend request, I didn't. No, I was limited. I was limited to what I could pull. But I watched some on the Instagram, and I loved all of them. And you just recently did the Super Bowl commercial. Mm-hmm. Hello, where you're like putting down that sticker.
Yep.
Which was great. And then you also did one with Charles Barkley.
Oh yeah. Yep. His arms, he opened his arms and it was twice my length of body. It was nuts. I was like, you have the biggest arm span I've ever seen in a human being.
And then you did because it just cracked me up. Oh, and then you did okay, so you did the Spectrum Monsters. We showed M, and then you did then you did the other one. You did the Walking Dead one, which was great because I laughed my butt off for that one. But this one just hits home because I was a single mom for 7 years. And we have to play the video because I said, Bobby, please play it because I was able to pull it. The ravioli commercial.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Play this and watch. Thank you.
Hey, buddy.
Dad.
Hey, hon, did you know there's a full serving vegetable? I was just reading on here that there's a...
I crack up every time I watch. Look, I start crying. I crack up every time I see it. Every time I see it. It's just freaking hysterical.
Oh, thank you. That was the only commercial I was recognized in public. Like somebody at Starbucks came up to me and said, "Are you the Chef Boyardee?" And I was like, "Yes, I was."
I can watch it over and over again and still laugh like I've never seen it because it's freaking hysterical and it's so real. And it's like we've all had those moments where we're trying not to get our kids to eat vegetables and we sneak them in somehow, right?
Yep. Absolutely.
Oh my God. What a great.
If you watch it again, listen for, there's a cricket. You'll hear a cricket because there was a cricket on set. They could not find it. And you'll hear it go off right about the time I say, shh, you hear it. I was like, well, kind of worked for the spot. Luckily, it didn't blow the take.
I'm gonna have to check that out again.
Wow,
I didn't catch that. That's great. It cracks me up. It just cracks me up.
That video looks like it was 52 years ago.
Well, was that from around 2015ish, or was that before that?
Was about 15 years ago. So, yeah, 2010, I guess. But I mean, dude, how the times have changed. So, you know what I mean? Like that looks like from 1947. Like they just invented TV shows. Like what the heck?
Oh my God. Okay, so now we have to talk about our friend Rich, and
Yes.
his movie Don't Say It,
Don't say it.
right? Which is pick K, please. Because I did have Rich on. Thank you. Pick K, 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 K. Yeah,
There
thank
we
you.
are.
Don't say it. First of all, I didn't see the whole thing yet, but I've seen a lot of bits and pieces. Again, the two of you also have such great chemistry. Your comedic timing is great, and
Thanks.
just your timing, your facial expressions, it's all there. It's just all there. And
Yep.
I had Rich on, we talked about it, and how, during COVID no one was working,
Mhm.
and and he got you together, and every scene that I saw you in was great. And I want to know, because I got so much information from him, but did you have a favorite moment, or maybe a favorite scene that you did? Or
Absolutely.
something you couldn't get through?
Well, honestly, my favorite scene was probably the more serious of them, but when he's trying to get me back and I'm not having it, but I kind of am having it. I like that scene because it was just fun to kind of be like, shut up and tell me more.
Right.
But yeah, it was it was a fun shoot, kind of, except that I had RSV and influenza A the whole shoot.
Oh
I didn't
my
know I had all
God.
that until like a week in. So that was pulling deep to get and not.
Wow. So when you were on the couch, passed out, you kind of took a snooze?
Oh my goodness, so tired. Oh, I didn't even know beautiful young women could get RSV, but apparently we can.
Wow.
And yeah, so I was poor Rich. I was like, okay, we got to do a kissing scene. All right, but I'm a disease.
I don't know what I'm going to give you, but okay, let's do
Good
it.
luck.
Oh my God, that is hysterical.
Yeah.
But I do want people to know that Vicky, you could find Vicky on Facebook and Instagram. It's under Victoria,
Yes.
which we have it on the screen,
Yeah,
Victoria
Victoria.
Kelleher, and also go to her website, which is also victoriakelleher.com. All the information is there. But if you do want to get to see, Don't Say It, go to the website, don'tsayitmovie.com. That's where Rich said you can go and get the information of, where you can watch it, right now. But, get some
Amazon Prime is
popcorn.
probably the easiest.
Huh?
Amazon Prime is
Oh
probably.
yeah. It's basically all over, but just,
Yeah.
to get a list,
Yeah.
to see it. But, grab popcorn, grab some friends, grab some whatever, just watch it. It's really good. It's refreshing to see people our age, with,
Lives.
lives and going through stuff, and
Yeah.
and getting through it and trying to laugh. You got to laugh at yourself.
Yes. Yes.
That's how you get through all the hard stuff. You know what I mean? But you also quoted, which I got another quote from you: make your own content.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously that's what you're doing,
Yep. You got, well, the times, they haven't changed since when we started in this business. And now there's so much content. There's so much, out there between TikTok and Instagram and all the things. And you just
you
gotta.
did a thing during COVID, right? You were on during COVID posting videos.
Oh yeah, I'm TikTok obsessed.
Really?
Oh my God. In
Okay,
fact,
I don't take her
tell my
time.
friends
I'm just
now.
so
I tell my friends, if I say like, oh, I saw something or I heard something, just add in on TikTok. I don't even have to say it anymore because that's all I'm talking about. I got a new recipe. I found it on TikTok. That's right. 100%. And that's where, I find the people that I like to watch, and it's you can do that with your phone in 10 seconds. You know what I mean? It's just I have to get better at it in terms of like posting more regularly, but I'm on it every damn day.
Really? You are watching it or doing it or both?
Watching it. I'm doing it.
What's your favorite thing to watch on that?
There's
a favorite thing?
There's a comedian, Dylan Carpino, I think is his name. He has a whole thing called If I Was a Girl. and he does these stories like, if I was a girl, my name would be Candy. And then he has these whole funny, ridiculous stories, and he's a gay guy. But somehow by the end, you're like, did that happen to you? Are you a girl? He's just charming and funny and cute. And it's, all of his videos get hundreds of thousands of likes. That particular.
Yeah. It's amazing how one thing could just take off.
It's crazy. And somebody said, I just saw it recently on TikTok. They said, posting on TikTok is like buying a lottery ticket. You just never know when it's going to hit, but you got to buy a ticket if you want to be in the game.
It's true. It's so true. It really is. It's true. That's wow. It's so true. All right, listen, we're going to take a second break. Don't go away, people. We'll be right back. More with Vicky after this. It's going to be quick.
How you doing? It's Sal the Voice Valentinetti. Why are you watching me? You should be watching Theresa Farrell Tea Time with Theresa Farrell. And make sure you follow Theresa on Facebook. Tea Time with Theresa Farrell. We'll see you there.
I love the way you say my name. I love it. Doc, who's the best comedian you know?
Theresa Farrell.
And who's the best actress you know?
Theresa Farrell.
And who's the best cast member in Bat Boy?
Teresa Farrell.
Who's got the best radio?
Teresa Farrell.
Doc, who's your favorite Guinea?
Teresa Farrell.
Who are you loving right now?
Teresa Farrell.
All right, Doc, I love you too, baby.
Love you as always.
Thank you.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. I am so blessed, really, that Rich Grasso connected me with Vicky. Vicky Kelleher is with me via virtual.
Yeah,
There she is.
Yeah,
So
electricity.
when was the last time you were in New York? A couple of years ago?
I was there. Yeah.
You were at Lincoln Center. You were in Lincoln Center for something.
I went to the premiere of Ghosted. And actually, I'm coming back at the end of June with my daughter for her 8th grade graduation, special trip. Yeah. So
Well, there's a chair here, so
hey,
we could do
I
this in
feel like
person.
you know everything about me. Don't you know my flights?
Oh, well, I'll have to look that up. I'll have to look that up. But that's great. So yes, you have two. How many children do you have?
2. Yeah.
You have 2. Are either one of them following in your footsteps?
Well, my daughter likes choir and dancing and the choir stuff, which I loved as well at her age. Yes and no. She goes to a theater camp in Northern California called Young Actors Theater Camp. And I teach there when she's there. So we get to kind of be at theater camp together. It's so dorky. I'm the biggest dork. I never got to be in theater camp. We were too poor. So the fact that I can go to a theater camp and be around all these, amazing kids, it's just the best. So we're doing that in July, and she loves to act at the theater camp, but that's kind of it. And I would never let her be in this business before she's 18 because we've seen what happens.
Yeah.
Not interested.
Yeah. And your son?
My son I brought him to one audition because when he was 2, because they asked for a mother and son, and we got a call back, obviously. And then at the callback, they had somebody called a baby wrangler. Have you ever heard of those?
Yeah.
The baby wrangler. They're the ones who get the babies to smile and whatever.
Right.
And so the baby wrangler was looking at my son and going, just hit the table. And my son was like this. And he did nothing. He just sat there looking at her like, who is this woman? And they went, thank you for coming. I'm like, yep, that's it. So that was the end of his acting journey.
That was it.
Was it?
Oh my God, that's great. Now, has your daughter ever been to New York? This is her first time
No, it'll be her first time.
Oh, she's gonna love it.
I know. I'm so excited.
I love it. My friend Greg, who I had at the beginning of the show, he took his 2 sons to go see Aladdin.
Oh, fun.
I think it was their first Broadway show, and they loved it.
Yeah, hers will be Hamilton because she knows it by heart, but she's never seen it. So,
she's gonna love it.
Yeah, it's gonna be the best.
She's gonna love it. She's gonna totally love it. So we have I have you did a video game.
Yeah.
Code Blue.
That was, yep. A hot minute ago. No, I have no memory of it. Thank you.
Okay. All right. But I want to put up some pics that I came across that I was like, oh wow, this is so cool. So let's go to N, and you can tell me how you would playing ball with Gary
Gary
Marshall.
Marshall. Oh, that was so fun. I had heard that he had a softball team. And so I went and watched a few of the games. And then eventually I just said, hey, you should let me be on your team.
Yes.
He was like, okay, you could try. And then we were on a team together, and he was the most fun to listen talk. I mean, he was such
I could imagine. I could just imagine.
a wonderful, wonderful man.
And then let's go to O with Ed.
Yeah. That was a table read I did for a friend, and I was just like, hey, I like electric vehicles. And he was like, well, all right. I'm like, can we take a picture? He was very nice as well. Funny dude.
Wow. And then the last pick is Mel.
Ah,
And God bless Mel. He's 98 years old, the man.
yay, and still kicking. Yes, he came to one of the theater, the snapshots it was called. It was a kind of a night of
Thank you.
a night of one act in, fresh scenes that raised money for breast cancer awareness. And I had the most fun doing those scenes. They were always so much fun. And he was there, and I was like, oh,
Mind blown. Yeah.
yeah. A nice guy. And yeah, you can see in the pic, I'm like, I was like so excited. I have no chill. None.
Oh my God. Danny Aiello came to see me in a show called Bat Boy, a Yankee Miracle when we did it in the Bronx. And my friend Charlie, shout out to Charlie, said to me, I want to introduce you to Danny after the show. And I was like, oh my God, I'd love to meet him. And unfortunately, it didn't happen. It just wasn't meant to be. The crowd was crazy. There were a ton of people there. I'm sure he wanted to get the heck out of there as soon as it was over. But, he said, I was telling him about you. I was telling him what a great actor you are. And you just, because I played two different roles and I look two different ways and people don't even know I'm the same person. And it was crazy, but it would have been nice to meet him. So when you have those moments.
Oh, absolutely.
And then you capture them.
Yeah. I will tell you though, my friend brought me backstage to SNL one night for a taping, and I was using the bathroom, or I don't know. And as I was coming back, I turned the hallway and I ran directly into Bradley Cooper. And Bradley Cooper said, hey, and I went, and then I just kept walking because I was he's just a beautiful being.
He is. And I have to tell you, you were probably a lot closer to him than I was. I was 15 feet away from him because I did Maestro.
Oh, you did?
Listen, when I heard they needed backgrounds for Maestro, I didn't care because I knew he was going to be there directing. And I spent 2 days on set with the man, and he was telling us what to do. And I'm like, okay, just look at those baby blue eyes. Yeah, you can tell me where to go, what to do. We filmed at Carnegie Hall, which I was never there before. So that was nice, kill two birds with one stone. But to work with him 2 days in a row, and he is so nice, joking in between, making everyone feel comfortable. Sweetheart.
I'm sure he was. I'm sure he thought I had some sort of breakdown when he met me in the hallway, but someday I'll meet him again and I'll tell him about it, and I'll be
absolutely. Absolutely. Oh my gosh, really. I wanted to ask you, when you did do Daddy Issues, how long did that actually take you to write?
Well, interestingly, I had decided to do it, and I took my friend Brendan Hunt. Do you know Brendan? He was on Ted Lasso. He played Coach Beard.
Yeah.
He and I were in acting class, but I've known him forever. He's friends anyway. And I took him to lunch and I said, okay, I think I want to do this. Because he's done a couple one-man shows. I said, what's your biggest piece of advice? And he said, book the venue and you'll write the show. So I booked.
Okay.
I booked, and that was in January. I booked the Fringe venue, and then I started writing. So February, I guess, and then put it up in June. So it was fast, but also a lot of the stories were so honed over the many years I've been alive, because they're stories that, are about my life. And so
Right.
it was just, and I worked with a coach, solo, soaring solo, they're called, and they help people create their own solo shows. So that was super helpful. So it was quick. It was a quick turnaround.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I have
And
8 days.
you
That's how I like it.
actually won, I don't know if it was an award or a competition. It was the monologue you did. You did a monologue.
Oh, for the moth.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
I loved
won-
it.
I've
Loved it.
done a few of those moths over the years. I do love the moth storytelling. I mean, New York, you got all the,
Yeah.
you got the greatest place. But yeah, I won a few, and then I won the like Grand Slam,
Yeah.
which was the story about my stepdad and the craziness. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It
Was in my one woman show. I brought that story in because
How long is the one woman show? How long is it?
about 45, 50.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. 'Cause I've been I can't say I've been approached. I would say 3 people over the past year has told me you need to do a one woman show. And
I recommend it.
I have so many stories.
Well, that's why I say
It's a matter of what do you choose? What do you pick? What do you really hone
Yeah.
in on and talk about?
Well, that was the whole thing with the soaring solo. Jessica is her name. She helps you do that. Like, you write all of your stories, you say all of them, and she helps you kind of cull out what isn't and figure out the theme. And yeah, so it can seem overwhelming, and having somebody help you and guide you and coach you, I think, is absolutely necessary. Otherwise, I would have just been like, I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna look into it. I am. I have to, because after 3, 1 person, okay, 2 people, okay, but now 3, I'm
I
thinking.
mean, the universe is asking you to.
Yeah, I think so. I definitely think so. So listen, we have like 3 minutes left. Didn't this go fast?
It went so fast.
It flew by. But before we go,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, because we do have some things in common. First of all, we're the same height.
Are we 5'1 3/4 inches?
We are vertically challenged women.
Mhm.
The second thing is that, we act, we do theater, we do all this stuff. The only difference is you haven't done comedy yet, but girl, you're going to do comedy. And I am a professional thrifter.
Oh, girl, I'm obsessed.
When you come to New York, we have to get together, because there are things that I could show you and tell you that I bought. I can't do it on the air, but we're going to talk, and your mouth's going to drop.
Oh my
My
gosh.
mother said to me, "Can you find me those ice cube trays that open up like this? Because I can't go like this." I found them for her. Whatever you want, I can find.
That's
great.
That's me.
It's great. And then, okay, so we're the same height. We love to thrift. And we both want to be a series regular on a sitcom.
Yeah, come on. What's taking them so long?
I think you and I have to sit down and write something together.
Let's do it. Big
I'm
Mouth
telling
Ladies.
you,
We'll call
because
it Big
back
Mouth
in the
Ladies.
90s when I started stand-up, my goal was either to get on SNL, because I do a ton of characters,
Okay.
or get my own sitcom, because back
Yep.
then you had Roseanne and Tim Allen and Ray Romano and Ellen and Seinfeld. And I'm thinking,
Yeah.
you know,
Yep.
you gotta do everything's timing. Everything's timing.
Yep. I'm still holding on to that dream. So
That's it. You got to put it out into the universe.
yep.
So what do you have coming up on top of the directing? Do you have anything coming up?
Just my NCIS episode is on the 26th of April.
Okay,
So
so the 26th, everyone tune into that.
Yes, next Monday.
Great.
And I think that's all, question mark. I don't know. I have a commercial that's running for Uber Eats with Matthew McConaughey. So
Nice.
you'll see me there in 50s regalia. That's pretty fun.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that's all right now. There's probably more, and I'm the worst.
All right. Well, it sounds great. And I want to thank you for doing this. You were a pleasure to have on the show. I loved it. And you're going to stay right there. I'm going to tell everyone, thank you for joining me tonight. Again, Victoria, it's under Victoria Kelleher on Facebook, Instagram, and then go to her website, which is victoriakelleher.com, and see everything that she's doing, where she's going to go, she's going to be here in June. I'm excited. She's coming to Nueva York in June. So hopefully I'll get to see you while you're here. I don't know how much time you have, but I know you're going to have a blast with your daughter.
Absolutely.
Thank you again. Thank you everyone for watching my show. Tune in next week. And remember, tell everyone you love them. Ciao. Good night.